My whole life, I've been staying very far away from romance animes, but recently with way too much time on my hands, I decided to give a few of them a try. I'm gonna be going through all of the romance animes I've seen and whether or not I think that you should watch them. First is Olia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian. This anime is extremely cringy, and if you choose to watch this one, please do not do what I'm doing right now and let anyone know. However, I do think that this anime is pretty good, and unfortunately, I am up to date on it and waiting for new episodes. I think what's interesting about this one is that the romance is already there from episode 1, and the anime is really just about how they take that romance and make something interesting out of it, and still kind of keep you guessing who the main character is going to end up with, despite there being a clear love interest. But as I previously said, this anime is very cringe and at times straight up creepy. However, I think it's a good watch personally. Next up is Cyberpunk Edge Runners. This is not directly called a romance anime, but I think that romance is a very key element of this show. At the very least, if someone who is a fan of romance animes were to watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners, there is no way they would be disappointed. This is what a romance anime with an actual plot looks like. It isn't just, these guys are running for student council and they happen to like each other like 99% of the other shows. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is 10 episodes of masterful, natural progression, and whether or not you like romance animes, this is a must watch. Next up is Days with My Stepsister. I know what you're thinking, why did you watch that? Hear me out. I'm sure you guys are aware that sometimes Japanese titles are translated over to English and they just don't hit the same. A perfect example of this would be Danmachi, or Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? So I said, you know what, let me just give this anime a chance. And right away, they do explain that this anime is not what you expected by reading the title. This isn't a self-insert oblivious protagonist who happens to live with their stepsister doing disgusting things. No, this is a far more complicated romance anime where these two characters slowly fall in love with each other. So should you watch this anime? Absolutely not. And unlike Olia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian, I didn't think that this anime was cringe. I didn't think that this anime was creepy. Honestly, I just thought that this anime was bad. It is very, very slowly paced, and there is a lot of very unnecessary flashbacks as well as whatever you want to call it, where they decided to show the main character going to the movie theater and then showing the entire movie in the episode. It was like 17 minutes of watching a movie inside of an anime. It was not good. Do not watch this anime. Next up, The 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You. Yes, that is the actual title. Basically what happened is the main character got rejected by 100 different girls. So he went to pray at a shrine because he really wanted a girlfriend. And then God appeared and said, you have 100 soulmates, and if you don't date your soulmate, they will die. So this anime consists of the main character getting multiple girlfriends and pretty much just building a harem. If you've already seen Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I would say give this one a watch. Why not? Next up is Yutti Yatsura. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, before I start talking junk about this anime, please respect the fact that I watched the 2022 version. I know a lot of people are probably going to stand behind the classic, and the 2022 version is probably only well rated because of those people. I watched about 6 episodes of this anime. I really tried to get into it, but I thought that it was bad. Basically, an alien comes to Earth and they're going to explode the Earth if the main character cannot touch her horns. The main character succeeds at grabbing her horns, and then she mistakenly thinks that the main character proposed to her when he did not. She then refuses to leave Earth and thinks that they are married. Pretty much this anime is just the main character getting shocked by her and abused by her over and over. I gave it multiple episodes and it was literally just the exact same thing. The main character just got shocked. So funny. The main character is trying to get away from her. So funny. This anime is absolutely garbage. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's so critically acclaimed. It's not good at all. Next up is I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World and Became Unrivaled in the Real World 2. This anime is very hated for some reason. It's an isekai, that is probably why. I really like it. It is a self-insert protagonist. He is basically Kirito. Basically, the main character is a fat loser until he gets a portal to the other world. He can then level up and get all these cool items and bring them back to the real world, which makes him really popular with the ladies, which is why I would consider this a romance anime, because pretty much the anime does consist of him being awesome and all the girls gawking at him, and it gets repetitive at times. However, I recommend you give this one a watch. I really liked it. Those are really the only anime that I've watched right now that I would consider to be fully romance animes. Let me know if you guys agree with any of my takes, and subscribe if you're new. We are only at 100 subscribers. Appreciate y'all watching. See y'all later.